Let us solve second example. Solve the LPP graphically. It is minimize z is equal to 20x1 plus 10x2 subject to x1 plus 2x2 less than or equal to 40, 3x1 plus x2 greater than or equal to 30, 4x1 plus 3x2 greater than or equal to 60. These three are linear constraints. One is of less than or equal to type and two are of greater than or equal to type. And the non-negativity condition is also given x1, x2 greater than or equal to 0. Just to recall, this is your objective function and these three are linear constraints. This is non-negativity condition. Now in first video you have seen how to represent the linear inequalities on graph. So using the same technique, you have to first consider the equation out of this inequality. So this is the inequality and you consider the equation x1 plus 2x2 is equal to 40. Then put x1 0, you get x2 is equal to 20. Then you put x2 0, you get x1 is equal to 40. So like that we get 2 points, one is 0, 20 and the other is 40, 0, which satisfy the equation x1 plus 2x2 is equal to 40. Similarly, for the second inequality, we consider 3x1 plus x2, we consider is equal to 30. And in the similar manner, we get the 2 points 0, 30 and 10, 0. And for the third inequality, we get 0, 20 and 50, 0. So by looking at these particular values, you have to decide the scale. Now I have drawn the x1 axis here and x2 axis here. Now the points are considered 10, 20, 30, 40 and so on x1 axis. Similarly on x2 axis 10, 20, 30. Now we will plot these equations first. The first equation is x1 plus 2x2 is equal to 40 and the points are 0, 20 is over here. You can see this point 0, 20. Then 40, 0 is over here. This is 40, 0. And then I draw this particular line. This particular line is drawn and it is having the equation x1 plus 2x2 is equal to 40 is this line. Then 0, 30 is plotted. Where is 0, 30? It is on x2 axis. So this is my point 0, 30. Then you have the second point here, that is 10, 0. It is plotted over here. 10, 0 is this point. And now we join them and you get the second equation. Not this, it is this. You get the second equation 3x1 plus x2 is equal to 30. Yes. Now similarly the third equation 4x1 plus 3x2 is equal to 60. These are the points and I have plotted the points and joined the line, that is this line. Now what you have to do is when the first line is drawn, that is x1 plus 2x2 is equal to 40. You have to decide the region. What we do for deciding the region? We substitute the point 0, that is origin 0, 0 in this particular inequation. That is this inequation. So when you put 0, 0, what you get? 0 less than or equal to 40, which is correct. That means origin 0, 0 is satisfying this inequality. Now on which side of this line 0, 0 is lying? On the lower side, and therefore you are putting the arrow like this on the lower side of this particular line. Now look at the second inequality, that is 3x1 plus x2 greater than or equal to 30. Where is the line? The line is over here. This is my line, correct? Now to decide the region, again I am substituting the origin, that is 0, 0. Where I am substituting? In the inequality. I am substituting it over here. So what you get? You get 0 here and you get 0 here. So it is 0 greater than or equal to 30, but which is wrong, incorrect. That means for this line, the region at which 0 is lying, the side on which origin is lying, is not the required region, it is the other side. So the arrows would come on the right side of this particular line. So you can see these arrows over here, correct? Now in the similar manner, the third inequality is also greater than or equal to type, and therefore for this line, the third line also, the arrow would come in the upper direction, that is right hand side direction. Okay, so the moment you draw the line, decide the region. Then you go to the next line, draw it, decide the region. Then the third line, draw the line and decide the region. In this way, all the three inequalities are represented graphically. Now what you have to do is, we have to find the common region, and that region is called as feasible region. This is also seen in the first video. For the common region, what you want is, you want lower part of this line, upper part of this line, upper part of this line. You can see the lines on the graph. And of course, this non-negativity condition is also there. So that is x1 greater than or equal to 0. That means all the entire area which is on the upper side of x1 and all the area which is on the right hand side of x2. That is this particular part. And so the common region is this shaded region. Okay, the black color shaded region is the common region, and this region is called as feasible region. This is my feasible region. Now it is having the boundaries. Okay, these are the boundaries, and the vertices are also there. So the vertices are named A, B, C, D, and therefore what is the feasible region? It is A, B, C, D. It's a kind of quadrilateral. Okay. Now the theory which we have seen says that the optimum solution of this linear programming problem lies at one of the vertices. That means these points A, B, C and D are the eligible candidates for getting the optimal solution. So what we do, first we find out the coordinates, x and y coordinates of all these 4 points, and then we have to substitute in the objective function. Now you can see from graph that point A is a point of intersection of this line, that is x1 plus 2x2 is equal to 40, and the line 3x1 plus x2 is equal to 30. So I have noted down these particular lines here. These two lines here I have noted down. Their point of intersection is A. Similarly, from the graph you can see that B is a point of intersection of this line, that is 4x1 plus 3x2 is equal to 60, that is this line, and the other line, that is 3x1 plus x2 is equal to 30, these two lines. So point B is a point of intersection of these two lines. Point C is lying on the x1 axis. X1 axis means which coordinate is 0? X2 coordinate is 0. So you can very easily see the coordinates of point C. This is at the middle, so it is 15, 0. It is in the middle of 10 and 20, so it is 15, 0. Whereas point D will have the coordinates 40, 0. So I'll write down the coordinates. C is 20, 0 and D is 40, 0. Now A and B are not lying on any of the axes. So to find out their coordinates, what we will do is we will solve the two equations simultaneously. You all know how to solve the two equations simultaneously, but still I will illustrate one of the two. This particular part can be done in the rough work. So this is my rough work. I have noted down the two equations. These are the two equations which were giving me the point A. So I'm multiplying the second equation by 2. Yeah, I'm multiplying it by 2, which gives me 6x1 plus 2x2 is equal to 60. Then subtracting gives me this calculation. One can see it is very easy. I get x1 is equal to 40. This x1 value is substituted here. I'm sorry, x1 is equal to 4. So I'm getting x1 is equal to 4. This value is substituted in the first equation, which gives me, that is this equation, which gives me x2 is equal to 18. So the point A is 4, 18. In the similar manner, I will get point B. These two are giving me point B. I'm solving the two equations simultaneously, and I'm getting point B as 6, 12. So A is 4, 18 and B is 6, 12. Please try to understand, C and D were lying on the axis, so we got them quickly from the graph, whereas A and B were in between, in the region. So one can find them out from the graph, but it is always better to solve the equation simultaneously as we have solved here, and then get the coordinates of A and B. Now what we have to do is, each point, each vertex over here is substituted in the objective function. This is my objective function, that is 20x1 plus 10x2, and we get some value. Now I am substituting 4, 18 in this particular function. I get the answer 260. Then I will substitute point B in the same function. I get 240. Similarly, by substituting C and D, I get the answers correspondingly 400 and 800. Correct? So these are called as objective function values. Now remember, the objective function was minimization. You can see here, what is our problem? Our problem is of minimization type, and therefore out of this, which value is minimum? This is my minimum value. And it is at which point? It is at point 6. And therefore what answer do I get here? I get optimum solution is x1 is equal to 6 and x2 is equal to 12, whereas the minimum value is 240. In this manner, the minimization problem is solved graphically.